Hello, everyone. You are tuned in to The Encourager, and my name is Nehru. It has been a minute as I've been going through some things as far as energy clearing and um, twin flame healing and some other things. Um, so that's why I've been kind of MIA, but still working, right? Because it's a daily thing. But what I wanted to come on today and share is actually something that's rather different, maybe even a little dangerous. Um, but because I know that the karmic, that my twin flame, divine masculine is with, or was, I don't know the situation. I moved 2,000 miles away a month ago, so I don't know the situation. And we didn't see each other all last year, I don't think, and we did not actually talk all last year. I think the last time we actually spoke was in like maybe last time we saw each other was in December, November, October, last quarter of 2021 was the last time we actually physically saw each other. And so for those of you who are not familiar with what a divine masculine is and a divine feminine, I would encourage you to do some due diligence. But in short, just like good and bad, or good and evil, just like X and Y chromosomes, we all have both of them. Every human born has both X and Y chromosomes. It's just a matter of how they're distributed, right? What the ratio of X to Y chromosomes are and where those chromosomes are, right? That's what really matters. So we all have a divine masculine energy. We all have a masculine energy and a feminine energy, right? This is the reason why men end up with the same sex and women end up with the same sex, because they have both energies, and one is stronger than the other, or one is more dominant than the other. And that also goes into sacral chakra, which is your sexual or creative chakra, right? Reproductive chakra. So it also goes into that as well as your root chakra. Those two go together, very closely related, root chakra and sacral chakra. Okay? So if you're having problems with sexual desires and things like that, then I would strongly encourage you to do some meditation, some cleansing, and do some other things. You can find them here on YouTube, specifically related to sacral and root chakra clearing. Okay. But what I would like to come on here today and share is actually, and again, this is risky, right? But Sagittarius Sun, Gemini Moon, Pisces Ascended, Ascended Master, High Empath. I'm a healer. I take risk. That's because it's not a risk when you know, right? When you know you're doing the right thing and you're following divine order, it's not a risk. Right? So I am going to, because I know her and her karmic divine feminine, right? Who is, I don't know if they were born a male and are going through the processes to become a woman, or if they were born a woman and going through the process to become a man. But anyway, they're a transvestite. I don't know them personally. They evidently are a family friend of theirs since like childhood, like a long time ago. So there's a lot of history there, right? So that's who they chose over me. I don't have any problem with that. I obviously did initially, until going through the dark night of the soul and realizing that, one, a twin flame is always connected. It's not like a soulmate or a divine counterpart. Your energies are connected. So essentially, a twin flame is the other half of you. You are 50% spiritually, energetically, and they are the other 50%. You can't live without them. You can't prosper without them. So that energy that you feel from them is probably things that you need to deal with within yourself. And that's both ways. So if I have childhood trauma that I haven't dealt with, and I did, by the way, mine was abandonment, right? Because my dad was, I was going to say a punk ass, but my dad was, and I guess to say I was going to say is kind of strange because I just said it. But he was sorry. He was about as karmic as you could get, being a polygamist for 30-something years and having 17 kids. I mean, he's just, and a pastor, right? At that, he pastored churches, supposedly. He really didn't, because, yeah. So, yes. So I just want to come on here and share something with her. Okay. And so what I want to come on here and share with her is, it's okay. And with the karmic, because the karmic is the one who originated the spell work. The karmic is the one who hates me. So your divine masculine, I'm sorry, not divine counterpart, that's something different. That's someone different. Your twin flame, they don't ever hate you. What they're doing is they're countering your actions. So if you chase them, they run. You turn around and you ignore them. You don't chase them. You block them. You shut them down. You do that. Then eventually, once they heal, they will reach out to you. They won't chase you because they'll be awake. So they'll know not to do that. But they will reach out to you. Okay? At some point. And that could be a week, that could be a month, that could be years down the road after they've awakened. Who knows, right? But at some point, typically, they do, right? So I just want her to know this. I want her to know that, first of all, it's okay. All is forgiven. It's forgiven that you ghosted me. It's forgiven that you participated in spell work, you did, what is it called? Smear campaigns. It's okay that the spell work dried up the business. When we started dating each other, the company that I started just a year prior was a 6-figure company. And by the time I eventually left Florida, because of all the spell work and everything, I didn't have a single client. So they literally, with the spell work, her and the karmic, they drive, but it's okay. I forgive you. It's all right. If you want to reach out to me, feel free to do so. I did change my number, so the best way to reach out to me is probably via email. Okay? You are not blocked anymore. You are not blocked on social media. Well, not on Facebook. I don't know about on Instagram. I couldn't find you to unblock you. So you might have like deleted the account. I'm not sure. I couldn't find you to unblock you. So yeah. So I just wanted to come on here again, and I'm only posting this here on my channel because I know you and the karmic, you guys listen to me, right? You guys stalk me, right? That is the only reason why we have not actually verbally communicated, you and I, in more than a year. Okay? So, or at least I've reached out to you, you have not responded to me. I'll say it that way. And again, that's okay too. That's okay too. No problem. Okay? So I want to let you know that you are forgiven, because my understanding today is that you are asking for forgiveness. You are asking me to forgive you. And so I want to let you know that you are forgiven 100% and completely. Okay? All right? No judgment moving forward. We're always connected. And this is the uniqueness of a twin flame connection. We'll always be connected. So we don't have to be married to one another. Okay? You can be on the East Coast. I can live on the West Coast. You can have your family. I can have my family. And yeah, we both live prosperous, happy lives separately. But we're both awakened and healed. That's when that is able to happen. And so from what I understand is that you are starting to wake up. And that is awesome. That is amazing. It's a lot of work. I'm going to say it again. It's a lot of work. I'm not sure where your childhood wounds come from. I believe it's kind of a combination, but I honestly believe your dad has a lot more. Your dad and your mom have the same amount of influence on your life today that they did when you were a child. And I think that's a lot in your family in general. And you have a Spanish family. She's Puerto Rican. And so that culture, the family is extremely tight-knit. Family is extremely close. Whereas I, being made up spiritually the way that I am, I'm a loner. I walk alone. I have no problem being alone. I've been... I was in solitude for 8 months. I mean, I love being by myself. I love solitude. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. It's like a hand in glove fit, you know. And I understand that that's not your culture. So the childhood wounds from your mother and your dad I think are the things that need to be healed because they still have a strong influence over your life. You'll have to research or look into how you go about healing parental childhood wounds from a spiritual perspective. And that, who knows what that involves. That can involve salt baths, you know. That could involve obviously sage and incense, candle, you know, that could call all that water, right? You could use water as well as a cleansing mechanism or source. So, and you being a Scorpio, you are water, right? So, so that is what I understand. And again, I am on here sharing this with you because being healed, I'm in position to, and now with the encouragement to share this message with you on this platform specifically, which I've never done, obviously, and I may not ever do again. I know the timing is right. Okay. For me, the frustration is gone, the anger, the regret for me, deciding to partner with you in the 3D, in the flesh. I've forgiven myself for that because I was angry at myself for that, you know, for walking blindly and not paying attention to the indicators, which I preach on so much. Long before you and I even started seeing each other, and certainly long before I started a YouTube channel, I've been speaking about indicators since I got that revelation many years ago. And I went back in my journal, and it's hysterical. You know, And I can say this for sure. This I can say for sure. And I might be running a risk. I don't know if any other former women that I've dated listen to this channel. I don't think so. I think I only have a few subscribers. I doubt it. But I did give the channel the channel to one of them, one that I was married to, and she's no worries or anything about that. It was actually to share with her my awakening process and what triggered it and all of that, actually. So yes, so whatever those wounds, I forgot where I was going. I was going somewhere with something. I forgot. It'll come back to me. So whatever that is, whatever that it takes extreme honesty, extreme honesty with oneself to recognize, first of all, the wounds, and then see that they've been a part of your life since your childhood, and how much they've hindered you. And as time goes on, of course, these things only accumulate, right? It's like rolling a snowball downhill. It only gets bigger. It doesn't, it's not melting or decreasing as it's going down the hill, gathering more snow. And so you're always with me. I'm always with you. There's no need to fear for me running to be married to someone else, because again, we're always connected. Now, the physical aspect of it, if you want to only look at that, or you want to only talk about that, then let's have the conversation, I would prefer I do a whole lot more listening than talking at that time. Although you might have questions for me, or what have you. So anyway, I'm not going to make this very long. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and let her know that she's forgiven without an apology. It's okay. No worries. Okay? Right? We're always joined together. Nothing and no one can separate us spiritually and energetically. And again, the physical aspect is a different choice, because you're talking about our lives coming together. You're talking about cultural differences and preferences and all that. And you're talking about all that sort of thing. I have left the religious organization, the church. I don't know if you're still a part of that. But I'm not going back to another church. And so, again, this could be one of those twin flame situations where we stay connected, friends or what have you, acquaintances or what have you, but acquaintances are associated with work more so, I guess. But and we may never be together in a marriage, okay? Because there's free will, right? And we all have free will. We used it when we were together, right? To make different choices, we have free will, even though those choices were not choices that the other individual preferred we make. And that's both ways, okay? I ask that you forgive me for any and all that I've done, said. There were certainly, at the end of 2021, there were some severe angry words said, and, and, 'cause, 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 yeah. For me, all is well. And I certainly wish you all the best. I don't know if I'll ever hear from you. It's possible that I would never hear from you, or at least not for many years. It's possible. But whenever that time comes, I welcome it, okay, at whatever point on my road and my journey. And so as encouragement, I want to encourage you to never, ever, ever get off your path to jump onto someone else's. If you are in a twin flame connection, those of you who are, or dealing with that situation, it is extremely frustrating, angering, challenging, doesn't even begin to express it. It's tough because you're dealing with the other part of you. Okay? So it might be when you're spiritually happy, they're depressed, right? So there is some healing that needs to be done there so that both of you can ascend, right? And hopefully, maybe, possibly, be joined in actual union and go on to complete what you were joined as twin flames before you were birthed to do here. For me, I know that's to heal the world. And when I say heal the world, I mean the people. By these types of instructions, that is my purpose. To awaken man, that's my purpose here. That's why I'm here. Not to be an accountant, thank God. And I don't mind doing that work, but it's just not spiritually fulfilling. It does pay the bills. Yeah, feel free to reach out to me whenever. And again, because my number's changed, you will have to reach out to me via email, unless if your hacker friend or whoever has not been arrested, or whoever that is, maybe they can look up my new phone number, but I won't give it out. So yeah, at least not initially. You can email me, and if things are cordial at that time, then perhaps based on my intuition. My intuition. Okay. So anyway, yeah. I hope I hope you're continuing to heal, and things are going in a positive direction for you. Okay. I also got something. Whoa. Throat chakra. Whoa. 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 So, ooh. So I know I need to say this then. So, and this is sensitive, okay? And so help me God, I hope this is not the case. But there's something going on with Jada. And for those of you who are listening, that's her daughter. So there is something going on with her. And it is of a sexual nature. Something dealing with RAPE or being touched or something along those lines by an adult. Okay. I can't even begin to express to you. I almost said your name. That's not good. I can't begin to express to you how that bothers me. I cannot even, after what my brother went through when he was a kid and going through that RAPE thing by another male, I can't begin to. I just really hope that's not the case, but I'm afraid. So, Divine Source Yahweh, creator of all things. If there is something going on with my twin flame's daughter, Archangel Metatron, I charge you to go and place a hedge of protection as thick as it needs to be around that girl. She's 13 years old, 14 years old. Yeah. So, anyway, sorry for those of you who tuned in and maybe was expecting something different based on the title. Yeah, so I'll be back on soon sharing more about me personally and what I'm going through. Well, not so much what I'm going through, because I'm not really going through anything. All is well as far as I'm concerned, and on my side. So I'm in a good place spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And this, I guess, is more so for her. Again, who knows what happens down the road? What I do know is forgiveness was necessary no matter what. And forgiveness is never for the other person. It's always for the forgiver. Okay? It's not for the one being forgiven. Okay? So, in a twin flame situation, it's magnified. Because if you do not forgive your twin flame, then you do not essentially forgive yourself. That's why you can't hate them. You should not. Because, again, that's a mirror. You should not do that. Okay? The best thing to do is to remain neutral when it comes to a twin flame. Okay? Don't chase. Don't run. Just, when the separation happens, just let it be. Work on your healing and just know that you're always connected to them and they're always connected to you. And nothing can separate you two. And no one. Spiritually. Okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. My name is Nehru, and you've been tuned in to The Encourager.